Do you find it hard to play well with others? Or do you get on with people and you're able to work together effectively? Well, stick with me, because in this week's episode, we're going to start a conversation around how to work well with others. Hi, this is Grant Herbert, Emotional Intelligence Speaker and Trainer of the Year and Master Coach Trainer. And today I want to continue our conversation in the quadrant of relationship management by helping you to play well with others. Right throughout my own military and corporate career, this was a major challenge for me. I always thought that people were out to get me, that they didn't like me, all those internal uncertainties that we've been working on. And over the last few weeks, we've been talking about building trust and about communicating well and about listening and about all these things that help us to have better relationships. For me and for many people that I work with, this is a major issue because we're human beings. We have those internal uncertainties. We have those fears of not being good enough, of not belonging, of not being liked or loved. We behave in strange ways sometimes. In fact, it's quite counterintuitive that some of the things that we do because we don't want to be rejected actually push people away. So these skills of interpersonal effectiveness help us to overcome this. And we build on the foundations that we've already done around personal power and about all the other emotional intelligence competencies that we've worked on. And this is in the area of social intelligence, the ability to have an understanding of what could be going on in others, to have empathy and to be able to communicate with them, etc. So today, I just want to unpack why this is important and get you ready to come on a journey with me for the rest of the month, where we will go deeper, where we'll look at the tweaks and adjustments that we can all do so that we do have mutually beneficial relationships. The goal, as always, is to have a situation that's good for you, good for them, and good for the greater good. And being able to play well with others without throwing your toys out of the cot and having arguments and complaints all the time is really a nicer place to live. Now, this topic is not a do I need it or do I not? It's something that every single one of us on the planet could do with a little tweaking and adjusting. And it's something that we continue to build all our life. Remember, none of these skills are about getting it perfect. It's about incrementally making change over a period of time. So what I want to encourage you to do this month is to find one thing each time that you could shift in your thinking and in your behavior so that you do have the ability to have greater relationships. So what are interpersonal relationships? These are the relationships that we have with others. And the key word there is personal. So to do that, we need to open ourselves up to others. We need to be real. We need to practice all the things that we learned in personal power. Psychologists tell us that there are three things that we look for in interaction. One is to get our own objectives, our results. Two is to maintain healthy relationships. And three is to be able to maintain our own self-respect. So to do that, we've got to be able to take the best version of ourselves into every relationship. And that's why interpersonal relationships is down the back end of the 4-quadrant model in relationship management. Because we do need to work on self-awareness and self-management. That's our emotional intelligence. Before we get into social awareness, which is around empathy and situational awareness and service orientation. And now we get into those relationship management skills. So if we start here without building a foundation, that's why we have a challenge. And a lot of organizations around the world would want me to come in and teach soft skills, as they call them, in that relationship management area. And as I tell them every time, working on the foundation is the reason why you'll get success out of any training you do in that area. And conversely, the reason why you continue to train in this area is the foundations aren't built. So bring along all those things that we've been working on over the last weeks and months, and let's put them together in interpersonal relationships. I've talked before about my own 4 pillars of teamwork. That's the ability for a team of people to be able to have a look at themselves and see how well they collaborate, how well they communicate, and how they handle conflict and change. And those 4 areas also are crucial to be looked at when we talk about interpersonal relationships. So over the next 3 weeks, what we're going to do is pull all that apart. And my aim for you is for you to get 1 or 2 things that you can tweak and adjust for yourself and to take into your team. As we go deeper on these, we'll be able to identify any roadblocks that are getting in the way, those mindsets and behaviors that you might be working with now that are not getting you the results that you want. Playing well with others is something we're going to continue to need to do because we work with human beings. Human beings are emotional. They have opinions. They have their own desires and goals, their own fears. So being able to bring those people together and get them to get on with each other is a challenge. And having the skills of interpersonal effectiveness will put you ahead of the curve. So stick with me as we go through this month and enjoy more mutually beneficial relationships. I'll see you next week.